Good morning to all the students of class 12th political science once again here. Students, I hope you all are fine at your homes. And previously, as you know, we were doing our fifth chapter of our book Contemporary World Politics, and the name of the chapter 5 is Contemporary South Asia. We are studying this chapter in context to South Asian region. So in this already we had finished our 5 parts, and in the last fifth part we had studied India's relationship with Bangladesh and Nepal in areas of cooperation as well as differences amongst them, and previous to that we had studied about conflicts with Pakistan. So here in this particular video I shall be telling you the relationship between India and Sri Lanka, India and Maldives, and also with Bhutan. Although there are not much consequences or the conflicts with these countries, but still there are some areas of differences and cooperation amongst these countries also. So one by one I shall be taking them. So let's begin this particular part 6, that is first I'm taking India and Sri Lanka relationship. So as I told you, today's topic is India and Sri Lanka relations. What are the type of relations India and Sri Lanka are sharing? And in this particularly we will studying the differences, what are the conflicts and what are the disagreements amongst each other, and what are the areas of cooperation. So there is not much conflicts or areas of differences between these two countries, but still we will say it. And here it's the map so that it shall be very much clear for you. This is Tamil Nadu, India's southernmost part, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Gulf of Mannar, and this is the Palk Strait which connects India and Sri Lanka. So you must know this particular region of the study. So starting here, first of all, India and Sri Lanka fairly have good relations, and the differences are mostly over ethnic conflicts. As when we were studying about Sri Lanka, what are the political system in Sri Lanka, as we know, since independent, it is following a democratic form of government. But in that we found out that there were no other issues like the monarchy system or military rule, nothing like that. There were the conflict related to ethnic conflict. It means there were two communities, that are Sinhalas, who are the original settlers of Sri Lanka, and Tamil group, who were the migrants from India. So there is a conflict between these two groups. So that's why India is most of the time involved in that conflict. So what are the differences? Indian leaders and citizens find it impossible to remain neutral when Tamils are politically suppressed. Whenever the Tamils are politically suppressed in Tamil Nadu, or they are killed by the Sri Lankan army, when there is a conflict between the Sinhalas and Indian Tamils there, the people of Tamil force our government to take decision and to protect the Tamils in Sri Lanka. So at that particular moment, India takes steps and tries to find solution for the Tamils in Sri Lanka. But in this particular case, Sri Lanka accuse and they blame India for interfering the internal matters of Sri Lanka. That's why I have written here, Sri Lanka accused India for its interference in their internal matter. They say that this is the internal matter of Sri Lanka. When there is a civil war between Tamils and Sinhalas and whatever, the politically they are suppressed, and India interferes in their internal matters. At that point, Sri Lanka comes in conflict with Indian government. Like we also saw in 1987, India has sent its peacekeeping forces to Sri Lanka to solve the problem of Sri Lankan Tamils in Sri Lanka there. In that case also, Sri Lankan government said that India was interfering in its internal matters. So these are some of the differences, mostly based on ethnic conflict, in which India comes into matters of Sri Lanka because the Tamils have migrated from India. So these are the differences, and I shall now taking up the areas of cooperation between Sri Lanka and India. So talking of the cooperation, India has signed a free trade agreement with Sri Lanka, which has further strengthened the relationship. Free trade agreement means there are no barriers to trade, no taxes, no tariffs. So there is free movement of trade from India to Sri Lanka and from Sri Lanka to India, increasing the economy of each other and making this their relationship even stronger. And here, India also helps in post-tsunami reconstruction in Sri Lanka. So, as we know, there was a tsunami in Sri Lanka or in the southern part of India, but here Sri Lanka was severely damaged because of the tsunami. And but after the post-tsunami time, India has financially helped Sri Lanka a lot to reconstruct its infrastructure once again. So, these were some areas of conflicts and cooperation. And almost we can say generally, India and Sri Lanka are sharing a good relationship as they are the close neighbors. So now moving forward, after India and Sri Lanka relationship, both the differences and cooperation we have discussed about their relationship. Now moving forward to India's and Maldives relationship. Mostly India has warm and cordial relationship with Maldives. It means from the years they have shared a very good relationship amongst themselves. Although India is most of the time cooperative towards Maldives. So we will studying this further. So in this map you can see all the members of South Asia, as here Bangladesh, Bhutan, Nepal, Afghanistan, Pakistan, India and Sri Lanka we have already studied, and these are the islands of Maldives which are also the member of South Asia. So we are studying about Maldives. These are the islands of Maldives. So here you can say India is centrally located to all these members, and we shall be studying the importance of centrally located area, that is India, in this chapter. So here, India is supportive to Maldives in their economic, tourism, fisheries. So India supports all the time Maldives in every situation, in terms of economy, in terms of increasing tourism in Maldives, and also their fisheries. So there was some incident which took place in 1988. So what was that incident which took place in Maldives, and what was the role of India in supporting Maldives? That is in November 1988, when some Tamils from Sri Lanka, that is in 1980, some Tamils from Sri Lanka attacked Maldives. So some Tamils from Sri Lankan group, they had attacked Maldives. They wanted to invade Maldives. The Indian Air Force and Navy instantly acted on the Maldives. So Maldives requested Indian Air Force and Navy to support them and protect them from this group. And that is why India helped Maldives to stop these invasions. Here Sri Lanka Tamils wanted to invade Maldives, but Maldives government took help from the Indian government, and here Indian Air Force and Navy acted upon this situation quickly and saved Maldives from the invasion of Sri Lankan Tamils. India has significantly contributed towards Maldives' economic development tourism. So we can say India has always shown its helping hand towards this Maldives, increasing economic development and increasing their tourism, as tourism is only the source of economy in this Maldives region. And in this particular point, now I am going to discuss what is the relationship of India with other countries of SARS or the other members of SARS. What is the thinking of the member of SARS, especially for India? As we know, India is centrally located, and India shares border with most of these members of SARS. As you can, this is logo of SARC. India is centrally located, and these are the members of SARC. And as we know, there were previously 7 members, and Afghanistan in 2014 has joined this particular group. So I shall be studying about the relationship of India and the other members of this group. So what they think about India. So here it's written here, the major conflict and difference between India and the others, partly due to the geography of the region. So what are the conflict and differences of India with other countries, especially like Pakistan and Bangladesh? It is because of India is geographically centrally located here, in which India is located centrally, and therefore the only country that borders the others. It is the only country which share borders with most of its neighboring countries, which are also the member of SARC. That is why there are majorly conflicts and tensions between India and other region. And also India is a strong economy, strong military. In terms of technology, India is growing, developing fast as compared to other members of this SARC association. So that is why few of these members of this SARC, they think that India tries to dominate the other members of SARC. Now, other countries, Bhutan, it's a small country. India shares a very good relation with Bhutan since time, and there has been no conflicts between India and Bhutan as such related to border areas. But there is a problem of, we can say, militant or guerrillas. As we had studied about the case of Nepal, there is a problem of Maoist which are creating problem in Nepal, and which is also having a negative impact on India, as there is a Naxalite problem in areas of from Bihar to Andhra Pradesh, as I told you. So same area, as Bhutan is also a neighboring country to Nepal, there is also a problem of guerrillas and militants from northeast India. From northeast India, they are moving towards Bhutan also, from Nepal to India, and from India south northeast area to Bhutan. So here they want to stop this problem in Bhutan. And also involvement of India also is a big hydroelectric project. Here India has an involvement in very big electricity projects in Bhutan, which is the biggest source of development aid. So India is helping Bhutan to grow its economy, to increase employment, to raise the living standard of the people in Bhutan through these hydroelectricity projects, and involving it and also supporting them in the militarily also. Okay, so these are the areas of we can say cooperation from India towards Bhutan. So there are not much areas of conflicts between India and Bhutan. So these are the, here I would like to end this video, because I have already finished the relationship between Sri Lanka and India. Then I'd have taken this India and Maldives and Bhutan. These are the small countries, and they share a good relation with India, as India supports most of its neighbors, as India is centrally located, and India would like to have a very good relation amongst its neighbors, because neighbors play a very important role for the growth and development of a country. Till then, you read these notes, make your own notes, do your assignments on time. Thank you.